I'm Michael Krigsman. I'm an industry analyst and the host of CXOTalk, and we are speaking today with Brian Swenson, Chief Process Officer at HNTB. And I want to thank Avanade for underwriting CXOTalk. So Brian, the firm is over 100 years old, and you've gone through many evolutions. What are the industry pressures or trends or technologies that are shaping the company today?
Projects are getting larger. Agencies are looking to get the most out of their money, bundle packages and projects together in larger areas, so they're single points of responsibility with their engineering firms. And we're certainly seeing that at HNTB, and that's changing the way we pursue our projects. It's changing the way we manage and deliver our projects. We're also seeing a change in our workforce as we have more millennials and Gen Yers working at HNTB. They have a different expectation around the technology and the tools that we as a company utilize and work with our employees on. So, those areas really drive HNTB's journey here.
So it's a combination of, say, employee and cultural expectations along with changes in the technology environment.
Absolutely, Michael. At HNTB, we've got a mantra. We call it 4 for 4. It's quality work, on time, within budget, to the client satisfaction. We know when we deliver on each of those, we're going to have satisfied and happy clients. And those are the easiest ones to win your next job with, when the client feels you have their back covered and you've delivered for them. So we look at these solutions as all helping us, enabling us to meet those 4 metrics. Those are what we're really looking for. That's how HNTB measures success with our clients. It's not about, how quick did that piece of software run, or how soon did we get it up and running. It's how is it helping us deliver that 4 for 4 for our customers. And
you're working very closely with Avanade. So share with us the type of collaboration that you have with Avanade.
It's a 3-legged stool. It's the business, it's IT, and it's Avanade. And we all work together as one team. We check our business units, our company names at the door, and we have one objective, we have one focus. It's to deliver this program as cost effectively and with as much value as we can.
How do you work that kind of hand in glove? You said that you don't see Avanade as an external party, really. You see them as employees of the company. How do you make that work, that kind of relationship?
We have weekly coordination meetings. We have them at different levels. We have kind of executive coordination meetings between myself and Avanade executives. We have project team meetings. So it's the Avanade program manager, one of my business leads, and an IT lead. They operate. Then we have kind of project manager type meetings at a lower level. So there's a series of cascading meetings. So I'm going to call it a ladder type management approach, but different levels of the organization driving this program are talking and dialoguing all the time.
This kind of self-regulation, it doesn't always happen. So again, I really want to drill down into this concept of trust yet again, because how do you engender the trust on both sides that enables this type of close and very positive cooperation to arise?
It's all about leadership in my mind with this. You celebrate when things go right, and you give credit to your staff. When things go wrong, it's me. I take the ownership for it. I'm not going to pass blame to others. I'm ultimately accountable here. And again, it's that sense of team. It's that sense of camaraderie. It's a collaboration. It's what I have found to be effective for me. And I know it's a solid leadership style that works in lots of different scenarios.
And this carries forth both on your team as well as on the external team, in this case, which is Avanade.
Yes. What we have found that works, and what I've talked with them about is I expect transparency. If you're not telling me something and we've got a problem, I can't help solve it. I can't react to it. And if it's going bad, it's not going to be good for you or us if we don't know about it and work on it beforehand. So this is something that we've talked about a lot. We've done AARs, after action reviews, in situations where we've struggled with it and we've changed our approach. But we're at a point that we're very comfortable and confident in cases sharing the dirty laundry. What's not working? What haven't we reacted to right? What's going on? Now, it's taken couple years, 2 or 3 years to get there with it, but it's where it needs to be. There's this open dialogue. And again, I go back to, it's not Avanade and HNTB. It's my program's called the Centric program. It's the program that we're focused on. So, let's put everything on the table. Let's be open, let's be honest, and let's deal with it. That's the only way we're going to see success as we go forward here. And Avanade has demonstrated they're willing to do that. And to me, that's a key component of a vendor and a critical piece in my mind of what makes a successful relationship between a vendor and an account or a customer.
I really want to also talk about the cultural dimensions. Where does that come into play with this? Let
me give just a short example here, Michael. When we were interviewing different vendors to work with us, at the interview, our vendors were asked to give a price with just based on the RFP. And when Avanade was asked about their price and not providing one, why didn't you provide a price? They said, because we won't create a false expectation for you, HNTB. Any price we give you is going to be wrong. And once that price is set, that's always going to be in your mind. And if it's anything different and more problematic, higher, you're going to be a dissatisfied customer. And that really rung true with me, Michael, from a cultural perspective. HNTB doesn't do that either. We're not going to set a price out there to try to get a job and then have to adjust it or change it based on what we learn after the fact. We always look to discover and then deliver on what we find with that discovery. And that really separated Avanade, in my mind, from every other vendor we talked to. And it's actually why they got the job. They're always trying to find out and discover what's important to HNTB, what do we value, and how can they drive on that. And that's the same culture and mindset that HNTB has. So it's a very synergistic relationship that has grown over the 2 to 3 years we've been working together here.
So the cultural fit is really crucial to make all of this work, as you were describing it before.
It's very critical in my mind. Without that, I know we would not be where we are today with our program. And I'm convinced we would have not gotten through some of the challenges that we've had in the past or over the course of the program. But it's because our cultures are focused on the same outcome and driving for client success that we found a path forward when we've stumbled and had to deal with those things.
I would like to thank Brian Swenson, who is the Chief Process Officer at the large engineering services firm HNTB. Thank you so much.